Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. 4-year-old Victoria Valdez stepped outside her home to play on one of those brilliant spring afternoons in May 1974. It was the kind of day kids remember forever, if they're lucky. The fields around her family's home were lush and green. Forests at the edge of the property breathed gently in the breeze. For Victoria, it was probably just another day of discovery, tumbling rocks down a ditch, plucking wildflowers, chasing shadows. She didn't know something was watching her from beyond the tree line. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. Tucked into the forested plateau just north of the Columbia River Gorge, Glenwood, Washington lies at the foot of Mount Adams. Located in Klickitat County, this small rural town is bordered by expansive conifer forests, alpine meadows, and volcanic ridges. At over 2,100 feet in elevation, Glenwood experiences cool, wet winters and mild summers. The area is crisscrossed by creeks and forest roads and is largely surrounded by the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. The little town is a quiet forest-fringed stretch of ranch land where the trees outnumber the people and the wind carries more birdsong than traffic noise. Life in Glenwood moved slowly in the 70s. Children played in open fields, dogs napped on porches, and neighbors waved to each other from trucks coated in gravel dust. The flora here includes towering Douglas firs, western red cedars, and lodgepole pines. Huckleberry bushes and wild currants grow beneath the tree canopy, alongside salal and ocean spray shrubs. The ecosystem provides food and cover for large herbivores, like Roosevelt elk, black-tailed deer, and mountain goats. Common predators in the region include cougars, bobcats, coyotes, and black bears. Though typically elusive, the black bear is the most widespread large predator in the state and can occasionally come into conflict with humans, especially when food sources become scarce or when animals lose their natural wariness of people. Victoria Valdez was just 4 years old, an energetic and cheerful child who was well known in the small, tight-knit farming community. Like many families in Glenwood, the Valdez family lived near forested land and open fields where children often played freely under the watchful but relaxed eyes of their parents. That day, Victoria was reportedly playing alone near her home. Back then, there was no bear spray in every hiker's pocket, no warning signs on trailheads, no internet full of do's and don'ts about black bears. Just a girl, a spring afternoon, and a moment that changed everything. In the afternoon, Victoria's family noticed she'd not returned from her outdoor play. Her parents, like so many in that era, weren't worried. This was Glenwood. This was safe. Their daughter was nearby, within earshot. A soft-voiced girl in hand-me-down boots, she'd likely wandered off to a usual place, not far from the yard. But minutes passed, then more. Victoria didn't come home when her name was called. Her father knew something was wrong. He grabbed his rifle and went looking, out across the pasture through the brush, calling her name. He moved with growing dread into the timber, not knowing yet that he'd stepped into a nightmare. That somewhere ahead, just beyond a small rise, was the animal that had already taken what he loved most. The 250-pound black bear may have been lingering when he saw it, or perhaps it emerged suddenly from behind a thicket. He fired, once, maybe more, and the bear dropped. He didn't stop to examine the body. He pushed forward. And then he found her. Victoria's body was discovered about 200 yards from their home. There was no doubt what had happened. Her injuries were consistent with a mauling. She had died alone in the woods, just past the edge of the world her parents thought they could keep her safe in. News spread quickly, as it does in a town of only a few hundred people. The shock of it settled over Glenwood like a late frost, killing tender shoots of hope. This wasn't supposed to happen here, not to a child, not in their backyard. Black bears were common, sure, but mostly shy. They'd been seen rooting through garbage, wandering along logging roads, turning up their noses at humans. But this bear hadn't been scared. and Victoria never had a chance. In the days that followed, wildlife officials and community members speculated. Was the bear hungry, diseased? Had humans fed it and lost its fear? No one could say for sure. What they knew was that a healthy-looking bear had attacked and killed a child in a completely unprovoked incident near a home in broad daylight. It appeared to all accounts that the bear's actions were predatory. But even that conclusion brought no answers, only more grief. No animal carcasses. No sign of defensive behavior. There were no cubs found. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, link below, grants you early access to photos, notes, and episodes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. Victoria was laid to rest in the Glenwood Cemetery. Her small grave became a focal point of sorrow in a town not used to burying its children. Parents began to keep their kids a little closer, hug them a little longer. Bears were no longer just curious creatures at the edge of the woods. They were something to be feared. The bear that was killed by Victoria's father was a wild black bear, weighing around 250 pounds. Although no autopsy or biological assessment is publicly available, it was described as a healthy adult. The sudden predatory nature of the attack remains deeply disturbing, given that black bears generally avoid human contact. For the Valdez family, May 1974 became the month that time stopped. The green fields of Glenwood never looked the same, and a quiet corner of the Pacific Northwest would carry a scar that never quite faded. Her death marked the first recorded fatal black bear attack on a Washington state resident. This incident remains one of the few documented cases of a black bear fatally attacking a young child in North America. Its aftermath prompted concern, but not panic. No large-scale bear removal campaign followed. Nevertheless, for those who lived in the Glenwood area, the memory of that tragic day never faded. Washington is home to one of the largest populations of black bears in the contiguous United States. As of the latest wildlife estimates, the state supports 20,000 to 25,000 black bears over its 71,300 square miles. This makes a bear population density of one black bear for every 2.9 square miles, including urban areas and uninhabitable territory. Victoria Valdez's death in 1974 was the first confirmed fatality caused by a black bear in the state. Bear attacks by black bears are statistically rare. Most encounters result in the animal fleeing. Fatal attacks tend to involve bears that are food-conditioned, habituated to humans, or suffering from poor health. The Glenwood incident is notable for having occurred during an ordinary day near a family home, which sets it apart from most wilderness-related attacks. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. Why did this black bear attack a child without provocation? Was it hungry, injured, or acting unpredictably? How have modern developments in bear management, such as bear-proof trash cans and public awareness, reduced the risk of similar attacks in rural communities? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.